Hello class, welcome to math. Let's see what we're going to be working on today. I see here we're going to be working on finding the surface area of a rectangular prism. And I'm sure you all remember that a rectangular prism is basically just a fancy name for a box. So I know you guys had a fun time on our field trip last time, so let's go on a field trip again, all right? All right, everybody. Follow me. Let's go outside the back door. I hope you're all following me. Let's go. And we're going to come back to some of these big boxes or rectangular prisms that we found last time. And this time, instead of figuring out how much stuff fits inside, we're going to figure out if we wanted to paint the outside of it, what is the surface area? So what is the surface area of the whole thing, including, for now, we're going to do even the bottom. Okay, so let's look at this side. So on a rectangular prism, we call sides a face. So this face of it is, we're going to just find the area of it. So it's 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 times 7. And look at the sign. It says the area of this face is 7 times 3, which is 21. So this one is 21. So if this is 21, don't you think that the opposite side is also going to be 21? It is. So that's also 21. Let's look at this side. This is 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 3 times 6, which is 18. So the area of this is 18. And we now only have one more to do, which is the top. And this one is a big one. And I can see by the sign, this is 6 by 7, which is 42. So the area of this top is 42, which means the bottom is also 42. So now, how do we figure out the surface area? Well, we take this side and the top, and we add them together, but notice that's only 3 sides. And a prism, a rectangular prism, has 6 sides. So after we add these 3 sides together, these 1, 2, 3 sides together, then we have to double it or multiply by 2. So let's see what that would be. That would be, it would be 42 plus 21 plus 18. And we add them together. All right, so when we add those 3 faces up, we get 18. Here, let's put it right here. 18 plus 21 plus 42, and you add all that up and you get 81. So the 3 sides we looked at have an area of 81, but there's 3 sides we didn't look at, right? We didn't look at this side, we didn't look at this side, and we didn't look at the bottom, which is on the ground right now. And so those 3 sides would also be 81. So it means you have to double it. So once you get 81, you multiply it times 2 and you get 162. So the surface area of this entire shape would be 162 square units. Got it? Let's try another one over here. Oh, here's a smaller one from last time. So the area of this side is 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look here, it has here. The area of this face is 3 times 5, which is 15. The area of this face is 4 by 3, so 3 times 4 is 12. And the top is 4 times 5, 4 times 5, which is 20. Got it? So we've got those 3 sides now, 15, 20, and 12. So what you need to do is add those together and then multiply by 2, because we're only adding 3 of the 6 sides. So add them together, multiply by 2, and tell me what you get. Great! So you should have 15 plus 12 plus 20 is 47. And that's for 3 of the sides. So then you have to do the other 3, which is another 47. 47 plus 47 is 94. Got it? So this has a surface area of 54, including the one that's on the bottom. All right, let's try this one. So this face right here, the big face, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our first one is 5 by 6. Might want to write that down. 5 by 6. Should I make a sign that has that? Yeah, let's make a sign. So this is 5 times 6, which equals 30. And let's come around to this tall, skinny side. This is 2 by, so it's 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 2 by, uh-oh, I put a hole. This is 2 by 5. 2 times 5, which hopefully you can figure that out, is 10. And now let's go up top. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 2. And so you should be able to figure out that 6 times 2 equals 12. All right, so now you've got 12, 10, and 30. See if you can figure out the surface area now. It's 12, 10, 30. Ready, go. All right, so you should have figured out that when you add 12, 10, and 30, you get 52. And 52 times 2, remember, because that was only 3 to the side, so 52 times 2 is 104. You should have 104. And let's fix this. There. All right, let's go back to the classroom and check out some more cool things from an amazing teacher.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
All right, oh, here we are. All right, class. Looks like most of the kids have run away. Let's make some new kids in here, shall we? Oh, look at all the students I have now. Yeah, great students. Okay, so let's look at the TV and see if we can learn something from a really great math teacher. Hey everybody, let's take a look at surface area with some examples. So here we have a box, a rectangular prism like we had before. And so to find the surface area, you have to add up the area of all 6 faces. Remember, face is a side. Now, the way this is drawn, we only see 3 sides. So let's look at the front side. It's already kind of done for you. We find the area of this, right? It's 2 by 4. So the area is 2 times 4, which is 8. And let's draw my pointer. Then let's look at this, the top one. So if this is 4 here, that means this side is also going to be 4. And if this is 3, that means that this is also going to be 3. So this is going to be 4 times 3, which is 12. So the top has an area of 12. And now we have this side piece. So we have 3. And to find this, we just look here. So this is 2. That means this is also going to be 2. So this is 2 times 3, which equals 6. So now we take all of these. Now let's look at the front side. So if you know the front side is 8, then you know the back side that we can't see is also 8. If you see the right side here is 6, then you know the left side that we can't see is also going to be 6. And if the top is 12, what's the bottom going to be? The bottom that we can't see is also 12. So if we add those up, we have 12 plus 12 is 24, 8 plus 8 is 6, 6 plus 6 is 12, right? That's how we have all 6 sides. Now we add all those up, and we get a surface area of 52 square units for whatever inches or centimeters is. We'll call it square units. Got it? Cool. Let's try another example. Here we have another rectangular prism. So we have to add up the area of all sides. So it says square inches here. So this front side is going to be what? What do you think? Right, that's 80. And how about the top? What's the top going to be? It's going to be 40, right? So that's 10 times 4 is 40. And this last side, the right side here, is going to be 4 times, how do we figure out this vertical side? Well, if that's 8, then this is 8. So it's going to be 4 times 8, which is 32. So another way to do it, so remember, there's going to be 2 80s, right? The front and the back are each 80. The top and the bottom are each 40. And both sides, left and right, are 32. So we can add all these up and then just multiply by 2. So we have 80 plus 40 plus 32 times 2 will give us our surface area. So what is the surface area going to be? Right, it is 304. Easy peasy, right? All right, so let's do a little bit of a tricky one now. Here we have a nice cube building. So we're going to assume this building is a perfect cube. And it says, how many square feet of paint to cover the building, the surface area? So we want to completely cover it. Yes, even the windows, we're painting on top of the windows. We're painting the whole roof. But it is a building on the ground, so we cannot paint underneath where it's sitting on the dirt. So this cube, as for what we want to do, is not going to have 6 sides. It's going to have 5 sides, right? So you're going to have to figure out the area of each face, which is going to be 40 by 40, right? So 40 by 40, 40 times 40 times how many? Times 5 this time, not times 6, because it only has 5 sides that we can paint. So figure this out and put in your answer. Ready, go. All right, so you should have got 1,600 for each side. 40 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16, with add those 2 zeros. So 1,600 for each of the 5 sides, and 1,600 times 5 is 8,000. So you should have got 8,000. Look, I can move myself all around. Oh, hey, now I'm right in the middle. All right, cool. So let's look at an example of a real world thing. Some Cheez-Its. Hi, everybody. So let's see if we can find the surface area of Cheez-Its. Yummy. All right, so let's measure this box and see what we find here. So if I measure in this direction, that's 6 inches, and the height here is 8 inches. So that's 6 by 8, which, what is the area? 6 times 8 is 48. So let's put this right here. 6 times 8 is 48. Now let's measure this side here. And this, of course, is still 8, as it was. And now this is 2. So this side is 2 by 8. And 2 by 8, if we multiply that, is 16. And now let's do the top. The top is, this is 6, and that's 2. And 6 times 2 is 12. Got it? So we have our 3-dimensional shape. This is 16, 48, and 12. So you now have to find the surface area of the entire box. Ready, go. All right. So you should have figured out that we have 16 plus 48 plus 12. You add them all together, you get 76. Does that give you the surface area of the entire box? No, that gives you the surface area of 1, 2, 3 sides. But we want the surface area of all 6 sides, so you have to take that 76 and multiply it times 2, and then your final answer is 152. Got it? Great. Okay, if you got that, then you are ready for the book. All right, so one of the things you should know about finding surface area of a rectangular prism, aka a box, is that you can unfold it. Have you ever had a cardboard box and you totally unfolded it so that it is a flat piece of paper or cardboard, and then you can fold it back up? So a very common one is this one here. So if I click on this, you see it looks like a flat bunch of squares, but it can be folded into a rectangular prism, in this case, a cube. So let's see if this makes a cube. So in the book, a lot of times they will give you that flat. It's called a net when you have this all laid out flat like this. So they call that a net when it is flat. But if you can find the area of that net, then you'll find the area of the cube. There you go. Okay, so we're on page 764 in the book, 764. And I just wanted to show you this example here. And this is what we were just talking about. This is an example of a net. So here's your box with the top, bottom, left, right, etc. And this is that same box unfolded. So you can see the bottom and the top are both yellow. The back and front are both green, and the sides are blue. This is just to show you what it looks like from a box to a net. Okay, so let's go down to the bottom of the page. And let's do this problem together. Here we have a net. Can you picture how this can fold up in a box? These are the sides that fold up, sides fold up, this front and back, side, and that's the top. So we want to find the surface area of this rectangular prism. So we have to find the surface area. Now, we only need to find the surface area of one blue one, one green one, one yellow one, and then we just do times 2, double it. So this one is going to be 10 times 10, which that's pretty easy. That's 100, right? 100. This one is going to be 10 times 15. 10 times 15 is 150. 150. Then you have the yellow one. So how do we figure out the yellow one? Well, it looks like the yellow one is also 15, and that's also 10. So this one is also going to be 150. Right? So now we have 150 plus 150 plus 100. So I wanted to see if you can figure this out yourself. Remember, you're going to have to double all this. Ready, go. All right, so you have 150 plus 150 is 300. 300 plus 100 is 400. So if those three are 400, we now have to double it, or times 2, so which is 800. So the answer for this is 800 inches cubed. Cool. Let's go straight to the guided practice on 767. 67 for number 1. You're going to have to do 2 times 2.4, which is going to be 2 times, that's going to be 4.8. And this is 3 times 2.4, 7.2. And now the yellow one is going to be, that's also a 2, and that's a 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. So you got to add them all up and double it. Ready? Go. So if you add them all up, you do 7.2 plus 4.8 plus 6. Should have 18 times 2 is 36. So you should have 36 meters squared. So again, these are squared now, not cubed, because we're doing the outside flat surface area. We're not measuring cubes, we're measuring squares. All right, let's see if you can do number 2. It's okay to use a calculator if you need to, but let's see if you can do number 2 on your own. Ready, go. All right, so for number 2, we're going to have to do this face here. That's going to be 6 by 10.25, right? So it's going to be 6.5 times 10.25, which is going to be, wow, 66.625. That's the front. Now let's do the side here. That's going to be 6.5 times 5. 6.5 times 5. That's going to be 32.5. 32.5. And then we'll do the top, which is going to be 5 times 10.5. 5 times 10.25 is 51.25. And then we have to add them all up. And that should end up being 300.75 feet squared. Got it? That's a hard one. All right, let's try number 3. See if you do number 3 all by yourself without me even helping you. Ready, go. Okay, so you have 3 faces that we can see. This face is going to be 15 by 2. So 15 times 2 is 30. So that's this face. This one is going to be 2 times 7, which is 14. And then the top one is going to be 15 times 7. 15 times 7 is 105. 105. When we add them all up, we get 4 and 5 is 9. And that's a 4. And that's a 1. That's 149. But then you have to do it times 2. And you get 298 centimeters squared. Got it? Cool. So if you can do that, I think you're ready for some independent practice on page 767. So let's just look at that real quick, make sure you know what to do here. So number 1 and 2. So this one is going to, you're going to do 14 times 14. This one's going to be 35 times 14. And this one is going to be 14 times 35 also. That's easy. And don't forget, you're going to have to double it. Same here. It's going to be multiply this number times this number for the blue. Oh, look, it's a cube, right? They're all the same. So once you find the area of one side, then if you want, you can even multiply by 6 and make it a little bit easier since all the sides are the same. This one, just like in the guided practice, find the area of that face, and that face, multiply by 2. Same with all of these. All right, you are ready to rock and roll.